Okay, and welcome to this week's Link for Gold Southwest Stars TV show. We've got a packed show as usual with lots of information and news and reviews of events that have taken place and news of events that are about to happen. You can contact us as usual via our Twitter feed, L4G SW Herts, that's L4G SW Herts. Neal, as you can see, has briefly flashed in and out. Has been covering some of the local news and some of the sports events. After its debut 2 weeks ago, we welcome Tania back with news of local charities and events. The good weather has followed Chris down to the beach, and so Chris is also finding out more about classic cars and a big event. And we'll be talking to people about a big event that's happening down in Croxley Green next Wednesday. So, Chris, the sun has followed you down to the beach, I see.
Yeah, last week it was all a bit wet actually down at the Watford wet station, if you remember. But the weather's been kind to me today, and I'm very much more pleased that I haven't got my umbrella with me and it's not absolutely streaming down. So I've come into Watford to see the beach that's here for a week or so, and I'll be giving you a little bit of a glimpse of that in a little bit, and then I'm going down to meet there's a Croxley Classic Car show or fair or something next week, so I'm going to be talking to the guy that's helping to organise that.
Okay, well that sounds really good, and I gather also you've got news about some events that have taken place locally. And then Tania, you're welcome back, by the way. It's good to see you.
Thank you very much. It's good to be back. Thank you.
Got a whole load of charity news, and
there is so much going on the charity scene at the moment. There's the classic car thing that Chris and you have just mentioned. There's the Dens sleep out, and there's a new thing with the Peace Hospice. So heaps to go on. Absolutely.
Great. And Neal, I gather it's been a very busy week in Southwest Herts for Sports, what with Watford FC buying and selling players, and there are lots of other sports stories as well.
Yeah, so this evening, Watford season kicks off in style against Sevilla. I'll be having a brief roundup of that, and I'll be talking about a Watford hero in the Ashes.
Oh, well, that all sounds really good, and hopefully we'll have live news that they've won.
Breaking news.
Well, let's see. Let's find out. Okay, so thanks, Neal. So over the last week, we had 5 different Link for Growth events. The highlight was probably the drinks in Bushy, which last night, but we had our best ever attendance. And those who went, I think, had a really good time. What was really nice were 1 or 2 people who had returned after a bit of an absence, and 1 or 2 new people there as well, which was great. And the other highlight was probably the Yellow Comedy Night 03 at Reason last Friday night, which, as usual, was very funny, very entertaining, and very energetic. And how those guys managed to keep up those levels of energy throughout the entire evening when they're comparing and everything, I don't know, but they do. Anyway, last week in typically British summer type weather, Watford Borough Council opened up their big event beach, where they've laid down 100 tons of sand on the top of the parade, and unfortunately the beach brought the rain. That's how it goes sometimes. But anyway, Chris is down there now and reporting on how the week's gone. Chris.
Okay, so I'm going to put the camera on the front section, so I'm going to have a little wander around down here. It's quite noisy, and but they've got a whole thing set up, so it looks like you are on some kind of beach. So here we go. I'm going to just show you.
Chris, your sound has disappeared again.
Oh, so am I okay now?
That's better, great. Thank you.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to just have a wander around. As you can see, they've got like a drinks and snack bar around there, and there's quite a good crowd in here. I'm going to hold it up a little bit. As you can see, there's a load of people in here today. And last Sunday, I think it was, when they set it up last Friday, it was a right old mess. But as you can see, people are having lots of fun. There's lots going on down there. and you know, they've done quite a good job actually. So it's pretty much where the skating rink was in the winter time, but how times change, huh? We've got all sorts of sun going down here, and people having a good time. So you know, has this been a success? I think it probably has. There's the kids seem to be really enjoying it. So yeah, I think it's a bit of a result, really.
Good, and yeah, I gather they've held all sorts of things down there, like tug of war competitions and other events during the week. So it's obviously been well used.
Well, it looks like it's being well used. Clearly, the weather helps. If it was teeming down with rain here, this would be empty. But clearly, the weather's being kind, and I understand the weekend's going to be really nice as well. So expect more activity up here. Now, as you can see over there, the Reason Coffee Shop, they're quite well placed to benefit from this what's going on at the top of the town, as are some of these other places here. So, you know, but to be honest, there's not much going on over there. Being kids, I suppose, right now, it's just fun for the toddlers. But anyway, I think this is going to go down as another successful event for the big events in Watford.
Oh, that's great news. And I gather also you've got news of two stories that we've covered in the last few weeks. Firstly, I gather Into have withdrawn their planning application for doors across Queen's Road.
Yeah, let me just turn the camera back now so I can talk to you. But yeah, so we've heard that the Into shopping centre have now under significant pressure from like people like Helen Lynch have now decided to withdraw their current application to put doors each side of Queen's Road. Now, that doesn't mean it's the end of it, but the traders down there and and Helen Lynch, who was a councillor, are quite quietly confident that they'll come back with something a bit more to people's liking. But at the moment, the plans have been scrapped, and Into Shopping Centre are working on alternative arrangements.
Okay, that's good news. Secondly, last week, as you said, you're at Watford Wet, which was a local temporary renaming of Watford Met Station. But there's news on the Met line with yet a further delay in the expected opening date. Yeah,
no, that's another interesting one because as Lester was saying last week, it was planned that trains would be running in 2019. But those plans were Herts County Council plans. And it had got handed over to Transport for London, and they're running the project now, and they have their own project timetable, which is not the project timetable of Herts County Council. So they're saying it's highly unlikely that trains will be running in 2019, but they'll be more likely in 2020. So I don't think we're likely to see trains running in this decade.
Okay, well that's sad news, but you know, these public works often take longer than planned, don't they? I mean, it's like the budget, they also seem to always cost a lot more than planned.
Yeah, so current budget 284 million. To be fair, I reckon that'll go up by another 50% before they're done. I had a look at the plans, and the whole link section is elevated over the roads and stuff down by the bottom of Whippendale Road. Yeah, the costs of this are going to go up. There's no question.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's all for now from you, isn't it? Because you're coming back a bit later on to talk cars.
I'm coming back to talk about cars in Croxley, actually. So I'll be back around about 25 to 5, I reckon. So see if you can string it out that long and allow me the time to get down there.
I'm sure we can with all the news we've got.
All right, take care. Enjoy the show.
Okay, thanks. Bye. And there'll be more from Chris later, as I said. And I'm waiting for Neal to reappear because he's going to tell us about some more local news. But Neal, are you there? I think we've got another one of these glitches where he's disappeared. Ah, yes, he is. Neil, you're going to tell us about Tim Farron MP, who's made Dorothy Thornhill, the elected mayor of Watford, one of his front bench spokesmen. Or spokespeople, I should say.
Very maybe a strange decision, or maybe Dorothy just planning for her future after she's mayor. So rumours, is she planning to stand again for mayor next time if they've given her this position? Just chuck that one out there. So Mayor Dorothy has been announced as Lib Dem spokesman for communities and local government. I guess that's on the back of her having a long reign as Watford mayor. Some would say controversially in the last few years, but yeah, that's a big step up, and I'm going to place a bet that she's going to be put up as an MP in a rather safe Lib Dem seat at the next election.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, she didn't do as well as expected last time at the general election, but then again, I don't think any of the Lib Dems did, so...
No, and Lib Dems have never done well in Watford at general elections, so it would have been an achievement if she had won Watford. But with her record as a long-serving mayor, it would be understandable if they did try to run her again in a more winnable seat.
Yeah, okay. And last week, Neil, we talked about how Watford had how 6 parks in Watford have been awarded green flags for environmental cleanliness and everything. Well, it now seems that anything that Watford can do, Three Rivers can also do.
Yes, so we all know there's loads of great parks for Watford, loads of open spaces, and it's good to see Rickmansworth and that getting on in the act too. So Rickmansworth Aquadrome, Chorleywood House Estate and Leeton Country Park have all been awarded the green flag, which is the mark for quality of parks and green spaces. So there's any number of great parks and green spaces you can visit in the area.
Yeah, I mean there are only 1,580 odd in the country, aren't there?
Yeah, we are quite blessed. We are, for a small town and district, we do have a lot of green space, and being so close to London.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's we're quite lucky in that, as you say, it is close to London, and yet we still have some great green spaces.
In fact, on the way up to Link for Drinks Bushy on Thursday night, the bus was diverted. We ended up going along the country A41, which some foreigners were on it. We thought we were in the country, so that just shows even the main roads through Watford go through the countryside.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Neil. And you're going to be back a bit later on with some sports news for us.
Indeed.
Okay, I look forward to hearing about that. Welcome back, Tania. You've muted.
I said, hi there, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. It's good to see you back, and yeah, I've been enjoying your videos on Facebook and stuff like that. So it looks like you're talking of green spaces.
Yes, yeah, it's beautiful down here. I did 2 videos this morning, you're absolutely right, of the sunrise down here on the Grand Union Canal. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah,
they're stunning. If you don't follow Tania, she's well worth following. Believe me.
Thanks very much, Diane.
Just for the morning videos, if nothing else. But there's a whole lot of other value. Anyway, you've got news about the big screen, because the big screen's opening soon, but it's later in August, but there's a deadline coming up on Sunday.
That's right, yeah, it's the deadline for the People's Choice. The big screen itself actually starts in Watford, probably...
Your sound has disappeared, Tania. Can you
guessing where? Sorry?
Your sound has completely disappeared.
Ah, is that better?
That's much better. Can you repeat what you said, please?
Yes, I'm sorry. My hand was in front of my microphone. So the big beach comes back. Sorry, the big screen comes back, probably where the beach is at the moment that Chris has just been reporting from, at the top of the pond there in Watford. And the stuff all comes back on Thursday, the 2nd of August is the start, with Singing in the Rain, followed by, on Friday, the Goonies and Ghostbusters. So that'll be a big 80s evening. Saturday the 22nd is Shaun the Sheep the movie. I have to say that sounds like a brilliant one for me. And then the deadline that you mentioned, Diane, is we can vote for what film we want to see, the People's Choice film. And the choices, 4 very different but classic films, it says on the website. The choices are between Dirty Dancing, The Avengers, Casablanca, and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I don't know what you'd prefer, Diane, but I'm going for Dirty Dancing.
I'm going for Casablanca.
Ah, go for it, girl. A little bit of classic romance, absolutely. That'll be on at 5:30 on that day, and it'll be followed by Gravity after that. So there's a sing-along on the Sunday with The Little Mermaid and Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. So it's plenty of stuff there. The deadline for the
People's Choice.
The People's Choice is the 2nd of August. So that's Sunday.
It is.
And you can get the link from the Big Events website.
Okay, that's great. We'll also put it on the bottom of the YouTube video at the end. So and it starts on the 20th, yes?
Yes. Starts on the 20th, goes to 22nd, I think I just said.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 4-day festival also, isn't it? But it's good. I mean, last year it was very successful, wasn't it? And everyone really liked it. Tania, hello?
Yeah. Yes?
I said last year it was very successful and everyone seemed to have a good time.
Oh, it did, yes. Yeah, it was brilliant. I was working at the time at the top of the marketplace, the top of the high street there, and there was masses of people out there. I went out and caught a couple of the films myself, and it was plenty of places to sit. Lovely. People took their own chairs along, or they took picnics. It was really, really good fun there.
Great. And Michael Green has still got some tickets for their Comedy and Magic night, I gather.
So I understand. The Michael Green Foundation is, of course, a brilliant foundation for people awareness of people with diabetes and that sort of thing, how to prevent and how to. And they're raising money for Watford General Hospital. They're to receive a 3rd cheque for the charity of £10,000 this time to provide them with an IT conference facility equipment, which will speed up the process of seeing and treating patients. So the comedy details is Saturday the 26th of September. Doors open at 7:15 for an 8 p.m. start, and it's at the Radlett Centre in Radlett Herts, WD7 8HL. They've got Nick Einhorn and Bennett Aaron performing on the night. Tickets are £25. There's a few left, so get in there quick to get one of the last ones.
Okay. And the Peace Hospice are also looking for volunteers to take part in a obstacle race.
The Peace Hospice. I tell you what, last year the Peace Hospice did this obstacle race in Cassidy Park, and it was fabulous. A load of my friends went along, and something's being somewhere.
Okay. Well, whilst
I don't. Yeah, mute me.
I will. Okay, well, I've muted you while she sort out your bit. It's one of those days, obviously. But anyway, the Peace Hospice are looking for people for an obstacle course run that's going to be taking place later in the year. Let me just work out exactly when and where it is so that I can fill in the details, because I passed them all on to Tania, but that's obviously not been very successful.
There we go. I've stopped that, Diane, and Push It for Peace is actually going to be, I'm sorry, in Chasewell Green, St Albans, just north of Watford. They say it's going to be bigger and muddier than my friends from the Watford Running Sisters that did it last year. I'm sure they're going to absolutely love it this year over in St Albans instead.
So when is it? And you have to register and you pay a registration fee and you attract sponsorship, don't you?
That's right, yeah. Registration's only £35 per person until the 6th of September. But everyone they ask would try and raise a minimum of £50 to make it worthwhile, because of course it's going to be quite expensive for the Peace Hospice to put this event on. So the £35 will just about cover the cost of it. And if everyone can raise £50, then that actually gives some good value to the Peace Hospice as well. Peace Hospice looks after people living with serious illnesses and their carers as well. So really, really good. Standard registration after the 6th of September will be £45. So there's clearly some extra costs involved if you don't. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. And the date that they're actually running is...
Oh, did I not say that?
No. Sometime in October, isn't it? I think early October.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not on my piece of.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Doesn't matter, but it's early October. But the other thing we want to talk about is, and although we've mentioned it in the past, we've been asked by one of the trustees of DENS to repeat it. DENS are still looking for volunteers to register for an event in a sleep out in December.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. You and I are going to do that, aren't we?
Well, you can, I'm not.
So it's in St Albans again, and DENS is a fabulous charity on the front line tackling homelessness and poverty in the Dacorum district. They're helping people build a better future for themselves. They provide a number of services for people that are homeless. So lots and lots of support for people that are homeless. And the event that I'm definitely going to take part in, and I'm hoping that there's going to be lots of other people helping too, is a sleep out for DENS in St Albans, as I say, in St Albans Abbey. It's on Friday the 4th of December, and it's from 9 o'clock in the evening till 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm desperately hoping that there's going to be no rain and no snow for that particular night, because I'm in Abbey Gardens on that night just to experience a tiny bit of what it's like for people who sleep in the cold and wet and the rain every day of their lives. So getting money for DENS to help with the information, the support services that they provide for the homeless. For more information, email fundraising@dens.org.uk. And if someone out there is planning to go, then let us know, and we'll look out for you when we're there.
Okay, well, I might just pop down and take a few photos, but I'll probably be nice and comfortable indoors at that time of year. Anyway.
All right, I shall wave you goodbye, Diane, and hope that you leave me a blanket.
Okay. Right, a few weeks ago, you may remember that we talked about how a local charity had supplied a town centre hotel with vegetables for its a charity lunch they were holding. And well, the Watford Observer reporting the Watford Mencap have now launched a new allotment project. And I gather, Tania, you've got some more details for us.
Yes, I do. So the new project that they've got, gardening is so valuable in terms of de-stressing and helping cope with changes and to adjust to changes in their lives. So the Watford Mencap charity is a fantastic charity, and using this really vibrant and relaxing activity to help with the people that it helps, people with mental illness. So in addition to learning about horticulture, the group also, they use the allotment to undertake craft activities, making a scarecrow, who now of course lives on the allotment. It's great stuff going on. and really good people making donations of tools, which will be very useful for people. The project leader is called Lata Rees, and she's really pleased with everyone's collective effort to get this project off to a good start. Grateful for all of the help of being welcome to join the community.
Great, well that's great. But finally, for now, Wimbledon may be over for 2015, but if you want to play tennis, you can for free in Three Rivers. So over the next couple of days. You
can indeed, Diane. Absolutely. I love the way that the councils are now really getting behind getting people active and getting people out and about. And this for Three Rivers is no exception. They've booked absolutely, as you say, for free taster sessions. Really, every session's free, takes place in a relaxed and fun environment in the public courts in 2 Three Rivers locations, one in South Oxley and one in Rickmansworth. So in South Oxley tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, is that right? Yeah, I think it's tomorrow.
And yeah, it's
Saturday the 1st of August. Yep.
Carry on.
Three Rivers have teamed up with the Lawn Tennis Association and the Great British Tennis Weekend. So in South Oxley it'll be at the playing fields on Green Lane from 10 AM until 1 PM, and in Rickmansworth from 12 until 4 at the Scottsbridge playing fields on Park Road, Ricky. They say there's something for everyone. Sessions including cardio tennis. For me, I'm guessing that tennis would be effort enough, but cardio tennis sounds as if it's going to be a bit exciting. Mini tennis for
sounds like
dual coaching. So there's even Sorry?
I said the sound quality to you is not great today, but we'll carry on. I was going to say cardio tennis sounds like hard work.
Does sound like hard work. Mini tennis for the children, I think that might be a better for me. But junior and adult coaching there, that'll be brilliant fun. Great stuff, and all for free. They're providing all the rackets and the balls, so brilliant way to get involved and to discover whether actually you quite like tennis or not. Great way to get fit.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll be back a bit later on to tell us some more bits and pieces about the classic cars and maybe also about a local restaurant or two, perhaps.
Yeah, brilliant. Happy to do that. See you later, Diane. Cheers.
See you. And I don't just throw this show together. The feature about the tennis was also a good way of introducing Neal and the sport. And it's been a busy week for Watford FC with more transfer activity. And after their tour of Germany, they had a tour of the UK. Well, a mini tour of the UK. Neal.
Yeah, so pre-season is coming to its close, and unfortunately in the last game they lost 3-2, but as the manager Flores says, this pre-season isn't about points, it's about working out what players can and can't do and getting ready for the season. So we won't worry too much about the defeat against Cardiff. They have made another signing this week, which is more than a weekly occurrence. This young gentleman is called Steven Burgess. He's a Dutchman. And quite exciting winger and a great signing. And that actually puts us top of the league. We are top of the league with most players signed in the pre-season. There's a big debate amongst fans whether that's a good or a bad thing, whether it's too many. But knowing the Pozzo's business study, they will be loaning some of these players out to other clubs. Although there's some really good names in there. It's exciting. So let's just hope you can get them to gel.
Yeah, and next week you're going to be doing a review of a fans' view or fans' preview of the season, aren't you?
Indeed, I am. I'm going to be putting my neck on the line and making some predictions of what will happen in the season. So that'll be interesting. For tonight, it's when the big party really kicks off. It's Watford at home to Sevilla in the final pre-season friendly. Quality opposition, absolute quality opposition, and they will be a really stern test of how far the club's come in such a very short time. And I've got a guest prediction of the team from Andrew Carberry from Yellow Comedy, and he predicts we're going to start this evening with the following team. In goal, Gomez. Left back, Holbas. Centre backs Pradil and Cathcart. Right back Naum. Centre Kapui and Barami. And midfield consisting of Anya, Gerardo and Burgess, and Troy Deeney up front. So I'm going to blame him if that isn't the team. But I'm looking forward. I'm going straight from here afterwards to the pub to get a couple of quick pints and then on to the football.
Okay, and is it you've got to pre-buy your ticket, or can you just buy on the night?
Yeah, unfortunately it's too late now. It was ticket only.
Right, okay, great. But it's not just Watford who are playing. Kings Langley have also been busy with their pre-season.
Kings Langley pre-season has been going very well. Now they will take the opposite approach from Watford that says losing in pre-season doesn't matter, because they'll say winning does, because they've had a great run. After beating Watford under-18s, they managed to get a draw against QPR under-21s 2-2, which is a fantastic result. And then they've beaten Berkhamsted and Hemel Hempstead, local rivals. So they're going to go into the season with full of confidence.
That's great. And I gather a local boy has done good in the cricket.
Yes, so for anyone who doesn't know, just as this programme started, England won the third Ashes Test to take the series to 2-1. And local boy Steve Finn was the hero, getting 6 wickets in the second innings. And he was very pleased that they managed to wrap it up, because he was jumping in a car from Edgbaston in Birmingham to get back to the game. So he was really happy that the batsman managed to wrap it up.
Okay, but it's not just cricket and football that's going on at the moment. Watford Water Polo Club seem to be going from strength to strength as well.
Yeah, they keep their winning run going, and they've just gone top of the Herts League, so that's looking really, really positive. So they're on such a good run, and they're looking unbeatable. So hopefully they can keep that up.
Well, that's great. And yeah, do you think it's something that people should? Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in water polo, how do you find out about the club?
Yes, so head down to Woodside Sports Stadium. That's where they host their games. Anyone's invited to join in and play and try it out. It is a rough sport. I warn people, even if you're a good swimmer, it's a rough sport. So expect to be ducked under and be able to. You need to be able to hold your breath a lot in water polo.
The game you've ever fancied playing?
I've tried a couple of times, and to be honest, it was a bit rough for me. And I played rugby, and it was a bit rough for me.
Okay, well that's good. And Chris, you're back with us.
Yeah, hi there. I'm back. Yes, I'm down here. I'm down here with Kevin. Actually, you can't see him at the moment because you could just see me. But yes, so he was already outside down there. So are we on? Are we? Is it like Al?
Just about to link you. Introduce the bit, having thanked Neal for all the local sports news and telling us all about the good news from Edgbaston as well. You know, we put.
Have we won yet?
Yeah, we did win. England did win. So,
right.
Yeah, Neal's pleased, and apparently it means that Steve Fincan, who's the England bowler, can go and watch the game this evening. But anyway, let's moving on to four wheels. Let's talk about the Waltham District Classic Vehicle Club. They're holding a big event on Croxley in Wednesday. And Chris, maybe your car is eligible. I mean, it's getting on that way. But I gather you got Kevin France, club treasurer, who could talk about this event.
That's a bit cheeky, isn't it? She's saying that she thinks my car should be down there when you have your show. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to introduce you to Kevin.
Okay.
Right, so I'm here with Kevin. Say hi, Kevin. Hello there, everyone. Right, so I've been sprung this a little bit, so I'm not really too sure what it is, although I did do a little bit of reading on what it was. But so this is the 14th year of a classic car show, is it?
Well, it's basically a social gathering of all car petrol heads, really. Classics on the Green sounds like a classic car show, but it's open to any interesting vehicle that's on wheels, and that goes right down to a horse and cart if it turns up. We've gone through the years from 1902 right up to a one-day-old Jaguar, so it can be that varied. It's open to classic cars, hot rods, modified, custom, kit cars. Even of last year we had a banger racer turn up, and electric cars, and we've got the Telsa this year coming along for the first time, which is the new high performance luxury electric car. So that's going to be on display for people to sit in and have a look at.
So it's not just classic cars, it could be any kind of car.
No, they just come a limit to not just any car. It has to have some sort of special meaning. So it could be a new modified car or a supercar. But if it's a standard Vauxhall Astra, unfortunately no, you park in the car park. But if that Vauxhall Astra has been completely lowered, modified to make it worthwhile, then yes, it can come on. It's that varied.
So how many vehicles do you expect to have there?
Last year we had just over 2,000, and that was site full at 6 o'clock. Total chaos because there was more than we anticipated. But some went and some arrived because it's a moving show. You can turn up and go whenever you like.
Right.
So hopefully, if the weather stays, we're on about the same amount. It is huge.
And what date is it? It's a midweek thing, isn't
It's
it?
Wednesday the 5th of August. We start at 2 o'clock and we go through till, I'm usually on site till about 11 at night. Make sure that everyone's left.
Do you have refreshments and stuff like that?
Yeah, we've got a bar, we've got all the catering facilities, we've got also trade stands, Autoglim and all that are all coming down. It's a great social occasion for people who like cars. Even got trampolines for the kids, so we've got something there to keep them amused. Toy stalls and stuff like that as well. So it's
family, really.
It's a family event. There's no prizes. The people who bring the cars along, bring them along to show, not to gain trophies.
So is this being held where they have the Crocs Fest?
It's on the same bit of the green.
Right.
We have 2 parking areas, much against everyone saying about no parking on the green. When you book the green, you can use parking areas 1 and 2. The first one is on the right-hand side as you come in from Rickmansworth, and parking area 2 is outside the large house at the end. And we do recommend people park on those areas because we're told not to get the streets blocked up.
And you're expecting how many people?
Well, we estimated last year we had about 6,000 people on the site. We've been in the Observer, we've been in all the car mags, and we are now putting banners out this evening all around the Ricky area and Croxley area, which we've got permission from Three Rivers to do. So that should increase it by approximately another 1,000 to 2,000 people. So
it's going to be a busy old day.
Hopefully we raise a lot of money for charity, because that's what we're doing it for.
So last year you raised, was it 40,000 or something?
No, over the last 14 years,
Right.
The event has raised 44,000. We raise about 8,000 a year after we take our costs out. We don't charge anyone to come in, but we ask for donations. So some people give £10, some people give 20p. It varies that much. But we cover all our costs, the biggest cost being the toilets and insurance, which does tend to knock us back a bit, but we've got to have them. You know, people want to go to the toilet, so we get the best toilets that we can afford. And we don't have them little porta cabins. We have proper toilets.
So this is next Wednesday. It starts at 2 in the afternoon and it goes on till...
The official time is 9:30, but if the weather's good, we had last year people still turning up at 8 o'clock. So quite a vast turnaround.
Yeah. I think I'm going to come down and see it. I wasn't there last year. I went to Crocs Fest, but I think I'll pop down and see it.
Yeah, it's one of the big 3 that we do on Croxley Green. Crocs Fest, you've got the Revels and you've got Classics on the Green. We also follow that up in September with Classics on the Green and Carter Steam Fair, which we always do a Scammell road run back to Tolpits Lane for the Scammell lorries that turn up. It's become a tradition now over the last 6 or 7 years that we actually take the run of the Scammells that turn up back to Tolpits Lane where they were built. Then you've got the fun of Carter's Steam Fair, the best traditional fair in the country, plus the classic cars as well. So the whole event in September is a really good weekend. We only do the car show on the Sunday, but on the Sunday it is packed.
Sounds fantastic. Now, you sprung a little surprise on me earlier because you're also involved in the restoring of the Castlebury Cassidy Park gates. Now we're not going to talk about that now, but you'll come back. And
Well, yeah, we'll do something in Cassidy Park. We'll have some pictures and some idea of plans so that people can see what we're doing. We are all on Facebook. The site now has 802 images of not just Cassidy Park gates, but Cassidy House and all of around Watford in the 19th century, and coming up into the modern day as well. We're moving through. As I say, we've got to 802, and I've got 148 postcards of about 100 years old to put on as well. So not only are we just doing the gates, we're also gathering up information on the history of Watford as well.
Fantastic news. Well, thanks for talking to us, and we'll be back to talk to you about Cassidy Park another day, but not too long, hopefully.
No, well, that's right. We're doing well on that, and anyone who would want to join, just go on to Facebook, Cassidy Park Gates, and you're welcome to join, and you'll be kept up well informed.
Fantastic. All right, well, thanks ever so much for talking to us, and we'll be in touch with you about the gates. All right?
Thanks a lot.
Take care. Cheers. There we go, Diane. So that's we're down here. I was down here the other day at Oxley Park, if you can see that in the distance. Yeah, so interesting things going on there with Croxley and also with the Cassidy Park Gates. And I think Kevin's going to do an interview with us on that as well. So that's good news, isn't it?
That is good news. Very briefly, which charities are they supporting this year? Is Kevin still around?
Yeah, which charities are you supporting this year?
Right, charities this year: Leukemia Research, Diabetes UK, Breast Cancer Awareness, and we always do stuff for Play Skill in North Watford as well. We then have 50% of the money we raise each year is then given out to good local causes, and that's things that we kept asked about. So it may be a £50 here, like last Christmas I took £50 worth of chocolates up to the ward at children's ward at Watford Hospital. Little things like that go a long way. We give £250 out to Rio towards a new blade, the little lad that's lost his leg. We've actually brought little things out of the money, but it's all goes around Watford. We try not to let it go out of Watford if we possibly can help it. So we do a 50-50 split. The large charities get 50% and the local charities get 50% of what we raise. So I wish it was more, but if everyone digs deep, then it can be.
Fantastic.
All right.
There you go, to answer your question, Diane.
Okay, great. And obviously your car fails on the interesting test.
Yeah, my car, it does get a bit personal, isn't it, really, actually? I think the next time you ask me for a lift, Diane, you know what the answer's going to be. Okay, well, thanks for Kevin for sharing that with us, and I'll go down and see him next Wednesday. I'll take some pictures and a bit of video down there as well.
Okay, and great. Tania, you
Thanks
can
very
just repeat the
Thank you,
details,
thanks.
please, when it's going to be happening and times and everything.
Yeah,
Surely. It's Classics on the Green, Wednesday, August the 5th from 2 p.m. It's at the Green in Croxley Green, and as Kevin's just told us, they're going on there till 9 o'clock and maybe even a bit later. Sounds like it's going to be great fun, lots to do, and plenty of stuff to see, plenty of teas and coffees and stuff to do, and all for great charity causes.
That sounds absolutely great. And we've got lots of events coming up over the next week, starting with the transition time at 6 o'clock on Tuesday evening, Neil.
Yeah, the third transition town meeting on Tuesday evening. We're going to be talking about what may be our first project. So come along, we may have a project to announce, and that will get us in the press, I'm sure. And we're also going to be having a guest from the Watford Council to talk to us about what their climate change programme looks like. And we can give them a grilling, and I'm sure tell them that they're not doing enough and get them to make it stronger.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. The other thing is on Tuesday evening, it's Watford and Bushy Art Society's meeting, which starts at 7:30 in the Girls' Grammar School. It's a usual monthly meeting, which takes place on the first Tuesday of each month. They're usually very good demonstrations or lectures that's given there. The they charge £4 for entry to non-members, and if you are a member, then entry is free. They're usually very good. Okay, but as usual, we've got lots of Link for Growth events planned, and starting with a coffee tomorrow morning on the market with Chris and Alex, and it's a great opportunity to find out more about what Link for Growth is, what it does, how it achieves its aims of building community networks, and they're always upstairs in L's Cafe in the food hall area a bit of the market. And then on Sunday, Chris, are you listening? On Sunday, Chris. And on Sunday, we got a Link for Growth test event at in North Bushy. Oh, okay. Well,
You've lost him.
Listening. We've got what it is a test carvery. We're trying out the carvery down there, starting at 12 o'clock on Sunday. The Toby carvery on the A41 next to the Hilton Hotel, with a view to seeing if we can get along. Chris, it's okay. You missed your cue. Okay, that sounds really good. And do you have to pre-book for this one, or is it just everyone turns up at 12 o'clock and hopes to get in? Okay, that sounds fabulous. Okay, and then on Sunday evening, so after having a really nice full lunch at the Toby Carvery with Chris and a few other people, you can go along to the Yellow Comedy Evening at the Pump House, which is a regular first Sunday in the month gig. They've got 8 comedians there. This month, the cost is only £2.50 because it's the holiday time and everything, and they want people to come along and support the comics. I went to the last one. Again, it was a great evening, just as all their events seem to be at the moment. They seem to be having a really hot streak in terms of comedians and people who are full of energy and beans and everything. And then, so I thoroughly recommend it. It starts at 8 o'clock, but the doors opening at 7:30. It's in the Pump House, which is down next to PC World and Bushy Retail Park, and that sort of area. If you don't know where it is, it should be, as I said, it should be a fabulous evening. Now on Monday afternoon, we've got Link for Growth coffee in the kitchen near to the near to Croxley Met Station, and that starts at 5 o'clock. And I gather the lemon drizzle cake is very good, Chris. Okay, that's great. And on Wednesday, we've got a link for coffee at Regis Building in Clarendon Road, Watford, between 10 and 11:30. Now, this is an event that is usually well attended, with a great kind of mix of people coming, business people, charity people, people who want to come along and just help help by volunteering at charities. It's usually a pretty eclectic mix. It's usually a meeting with lots of energy, and it's usually, as I said, well attended. And on Thursday morning we've got another coffee, but this time in Carpenter's Park. And this is the second time we've had a coffee in Carpenter's Park, isn't it, Chris? Yes. Yeah, I think what we ought to do is put you on a lemon drizzle blind tasting. What with the coffee shop down there, the coffee shop with the kitchen, the Ocean Bells, and yeah, we'll get Neal to get some lemon drizzle cake in as well if he doesn't already do it, and we'll put you through a blind tasting now that you're off this raw diet.
I'm happy to volunteer for anything to do with lemon drizzle cake. Anything to do with lemon drizzle cake, that's me.
Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll have a link for cake, blindfold session.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll hold a blind tasting. We'll video it for and just put it out there. Yeah, the Tania Clarke test of lemon drizzle cake.
Yes.
And talking of food, well, on Friday we've got a Link for Growth Corporate Social Responsibility lunch at the Scotsbridge Mill, which starts at 12 o'clock. It's a great opportunity for charities and corporations to meet up, and it's usually an event where about 8 or 10 people turn up, and you never quite know the numbers, or indeed who's going to turn up, and there have been some really interesting leads and contacts made down there. It's been going for quite a while. It was how I first came to know about Link for Growth. Well, you did okay last time. I mean, it looked very nice last time, what you had. And continuing the food theme, Tania, I gather you got a restaurant review for us.
I do, Diane. I do absolutely. So last Sunday, I had a reunion with all of my former volunteer friends from the 2012 Olympics. They all came over here to Bourne End, and we went out for lunch at the White Horse in Bourne End. We had a fantastic time. Really, really lovely, and a great value. Now, I had the fish pie, followed by waffle with ice cream and toffee sauce. I couldn't finish it. There was so much there. I simply couldn't finish it. Great food, really tasty, lovely atmosphere, nice service, nice glass of wine at the end of it. My friends had someone had the roast, which was lovely. Someone had the lasagna, which was absolutely tasty. The place, 2 or 3 people had the place, which was fab, and someone had a steak. All of us, you know, there were more people there, but all of us really enjoyed our meal and had a lovely time. Couldn't finish the puddings. Absolutely lovely, great English food. And really good value.
Well, it sounds absolutely fabulous. And, you know, as I said, we'll have to organise that lemon drizzle test for you. Lemon drizzle test at some point. But I think that on that high praise review for the White Hart and Bourne End, it's time to say cheerio. So, Chris.
Thank you. The White Horse it was, Diane. Sorry, the White Horse in Bourne End.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Okay. Okay, so does anyone else have anything to add apart from cheerio? And thanks for your input, Chris.
It's goodbye from me. Thank you.
Okay, and I think Neal's got someone with him because he's gone muted and everything, so we'll end there. But thank you very much. As I said, if you've got any comments about today's show, you want to get in touch with us about future events that you're holding that you think we can help publicise, then, or you just want to know more about Link for Growth, then get in touch with us via the Twitter handle at L4G SW Herts. That's at L4G SW Herts. And on that note, let's say cheerio. Bye-bye.